Every time I play the strongest battlegrounds, sometimes I lose due to certain moves not working the way I want them to, and that resulted in me making this video. I'll be analyzing the worst move for every character's moveset, so let's get straight to it. Now, obviously, I don't believe normal punch is the worst move Saitama has. This attack can do up to 30% damage, nearly a third of health. It's the air variant. The air variant always activates regardless. It does 10.5%. The reason why I believe this move doesn't compare to the others is because it can be a bit easy to punish if blocked, and there just isn't much use for it, other than keeping distance from people. I'd say one good thing about this move is that you can interrupt attacks, which can be really useful and might even save your life in fights. But other than that, it's the worst move in Saitama's moveset. You can debate that consecutive punches or shove is worse, but this is just my opinion. Now, this was hard for me to decide, as Garou's moveset doesn't really have an outlier, but when I remembered you can combo extend with Hunter's Grasp, that's when I decided that Praise Peril is the worst move. Because not only can you misuse your counter that will most likely lead to your demise, but sometimes you can't even combo extend with it. Though most of that is up to luck, as I'm assuming the devs never intended for it to be a combo extender but kept it in anyway, as one of the many existing techs. Of course, don't get me wrong, it's still a very good move. But as you continue to play TSB, you'll eventually learn that you can't just use it out of impulse, as it'll cost you a broken keyboard or broken iPad. Now for Genos, I had quite a hard time deciding on which move was the worst. This is because all of his moves are really good. At first I was going to choose Jet Dive as the worst, but something I remembered about Jet Dive is that it has really good mobility and can save you in some dangerous situations. So by process of elimination, it led me to settle on Machine Gun Blows as Genos' worst move. This is because it's blockable, so it can easily be countered and lead you to your death. It also locks you in place if you jump, and you can't truly combo extend with it. So I think this move is kind of buns. But hey, at least the finisher is cool. I'm starting to realize how foolish making this video was because of how abstract you can be and how people can interpret moves. For Tatsumaki, I quite literally couldn't decide which move was the worst because I believe all her moves are good. So after 40 hours of research and studying all her moves, I finally found out how to decide. By holding a democracy. Discord! What is Tatsumaki's worst move? What is Tatsumaki's worst move?
Tornado.
The first move.
Second.
And so from the results of our little democracy, Tatsumaki's second move, Windstorm Fury, was chosen. I'm genuinely surprised people picked this, because in my opinion, it was either the first or fourth move. Windstorm Fury is a decent move, but it's pretty easy to get punished if someone uses Ragdoll Cancel and puts you into a combo right after. And if you actually want to combo extend with it, you'll have to hit your opponent with your last M1 by the time the move finishes. This leaves you more susceptible to getting countered with a Ragdoll Cancel. But honestly, in general, I don't think this move is that bad. I just couldn't decide. Just use it carefully is all. Sonic's character in general is all about speed. However, this move, Whirlwind Kick, limits that speed by a bit. Now, you may be wondering how that's the case, because like his first move, it's a single frame teleport. Well, the main problem about it is that it can be really janky at times, and you'll be prone to missing the attack, which could get you killed. This move locks the opponent in place, but most of the time they can predict and dash out of the move's grasp. And if they block, which most people do, then they can easily counterattack. Though I do have to say the attack happens a bit fast, so sometimes they won't manage to cancel the move in time. It's not a bad move, but in my opinion, I'd use it much less in battle compared to other moves, as a finisher or when I'm desperate. Ah yes, Metal Bat. The character that has a passive which requires you to get beat up in order to fill your awakening bar. But again, what I'm about to say is the same thing I said for Saitama. I don't really see a reason to use this variant other than when you're chasing someone or trying to keep a safe distance. Though I can see some of you making the argument that you can combo extend with it, which I do in this clip. But at the same time, it's not always guaranteed that your opponent will get pushed into your direction, so that makes it not so reliable. Alright guys, I'm going to make this quick. You should probably know what I'm going to say his worst move is, based on what I said for Garou. Yup, it's split-second counter. Why? Because it's a counter, of course. Again, this is because opponents can bait you into using the counter which can get you killed and blah blah blah. You get the point already. For Suiryu, I couldn't decide between two moves, Bullet Barrage and Whirlwind Drop. So I decided to go with Whirlwind Drop being the worst move. Don't get me wrong, it's still a great move. It's a good addition to Suiryu's moveset. Some benefits of Whirlwind Drop is that you can dodge attacks such as Garou's Crushing Rock and more. But in my opinion, it's a move I have to be careful using, as it can fling your opponent in unwanted directions sometimes. The same can be said for Bullet Barrage, but I feel like you have more options to extend your combo with other moves if they get flung, with Vanishing Kick for example. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys argue about another move being worse or Whirlwind Drop being optimal compared to other moves, I would probably agree. But for now, that's all for this video. I decided not to do Child Emperor because he'll be getting a passive which will change his moveset, which would make my video outdated. Thanks for watching. Goodbye!